If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. For one, it's free. Two, there are a bunch of creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Not only that, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more places. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's really everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
How's it going, lovebirds? You are now tuned in to the podcast that brings you real relationship advice from real relationship experiences. I'm your host, Derick Brown Jr., and on today's episode of the Good Relationships podcast, I'm just going to be basically talking a little bit about being able to forgive and just invest that energy that you have towards someone that may have either put you in a position where you feel like they did you wrong, or more so, you may have feelings for someone and it's just not working out, and you have done everything you can to try to make it work and it just doesn't seem to work out. So, as you know, we go straight into the topic at hand. So, I basically want to start with the idea that if something is not working out, then most likely it's just not meant to be. Or if you want to still have some hope, you can say maybe it's not meant to be right now. And that is okay. It is okay to still have feelings for someone who is no longer in your life. It is still okay to still imagine a life with these people. But it is not okay to let it just take complete control of your entire day. You never want to be put in a position where you're letting some event or some person or something just steal away your life energy. And by life energy, I mean your time. Your time is the most precious thing that you have. And with it, you can do so many things. You can evolve. You can completely change your whole self. You can completely change your whole path and direction in life, so you really want to utilize your time effectively. And if you're spending most of your time getting over someone, or you're just really in a place where you can't even really get out of bed, or you can't get throughout the day without having some kind of negative thought or some kind of sad thought, then you definitely want to tune in. So I'm definitely the kind of person who has gone through multiple experiences just like this one. And for the most part, I've found that every single time I go through one, it has become a lot easier for me to focus that energy that I would have used, feeling down or anything like that, right back into myself. I've evolved countless times just taking that energy. And some people would say, okay, well, hey, the sweetest revenge, and I don't want to use the word revenge because it has that negative stigma, but, I would say call it a comeback. The greatest comeback is just to work on yourself and make yourself a far better version of a person that they could have even had, if you would have been with them, or take that energy and just, I always somehow just level up. I always take it and I may create music from it. I may create some poetry from it. I may have the motivation to increase my finances or increase my entire life, just because I know that energy can literally take you down the wrong path. These are the situations when it comes to love and something that you're deeply attached to. These are the same exact situations that can cause you to go down a terrible path. And what I mean by that is that, some people resort to drugs. They shut themselves in the house and they shut other people out, and they don't want to talk about it because they want to feel like everything's okay. But in reality, they're really going through it. And there are a bunch of tips and there's a bunch of ways that you can, try to get over someone, but that's not exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm basically saying, instead of thinking about getting over someone, because more than likely it's going to take time, and, all of that stuff that you were worried about, that you were thinking about, it's mainly going to go away as soon as you meet the person that's right for you. So try not to get too caught up in the things that are making you feel sad. Instead, it might be the time to pick up a new hobby. It might be the time to start working on that project that you've been putting away for so long. It may be time to kind of open up your eyes to maybe other people who have been trying to reach out to you during this time of you trying to date someone else. There's so many options that you have available, but if you shut yourself in and you shut other people out, then you're not even allowing those possibilities to take place. So just refocus all of that energy back on you. Now's the time to get back in the gym. Now's the time to really get into books, maybe, start listening to podcasts, start, fixing whatever financial situation that you're in, getting yourself into a better situation. That way, when you are back into relationship mode, you can feel a lot better. You can feel like you have less things to stress about. And that's really the whole point. It's knowing that no matter what happens, no matter who it is that is in or out of your life, that you're able to, stand on your own 2 feet. You're able to bounce back from whatever, because you know your own value. You know what you're capable of. You know what kind of things you deserve in life. And if you don't, I'll be the first to tell you that you deserve everything you want. You deserve all the good things that you desire, because you've been working so hard your entire life. You've been someone that has gone through so much in life. And at this point, you simply just want to share life with someone else. And I definitely get that. So once again, take this time, focus on yourself, make sure you're eating healthy, make sure you're trying new things, you're getting out there with friends, and make sure that you're creating. Make sure above all else that you're creating. No matter what it is, create with positivity, because those are the best times to take that energy, those sad feelings, that energy that you don't really know what to do with. Now is the time to create. Now is the time to create that masterpiece that, the world has yet to see, because you're taking your emotions and you're putting your emotions into something that can become such a valuable piece to other people. So remember that the same emotions that you are experiencing, someone else can possibly understand that as well. Someone else can be going through the same exact thing. And it just makes so much sense for you, the person who is listening to this, who now has an understanding of how to take a negative situation, how to evolve themselves, and then take a piece of art, take something that they create, and then just fuel somebody else's fire, help somebody else heal. So I don't know what it is that you're skilled at. I don't know if it's music, like I said, painting, some kind of art. It could be communicating. It could be a teacher, whatever it is that you're good at. Figure out how to use this energy, use this time that you now have, and make yourself better. Call it a comeback. And that's all I have for you today. And as always, stay blessed, not stressed. Thank you, lovebirds.